Right, and on the court today, Murtala Inusah, as always, has joined us here in the studio. And I don't know what you are looking down on your phone and smiling so much. I don't know
Why
what
do
is
you
making
think
you
I am
smile.
smiling? Why do you think I am smiling?
I don't know. I don't know.
You really sure you don't know?
I don't
How
know.
was your weekend?
My weekend was okay.
You sure the
it was
weekend was
quiet
okay?
and it was solemn.
Quiet.
Yes, it was quiet
Why-
and solemn.
Why was it quiet and why was it solemn? You can only have a solemn reflection probably when
I
you
mean,
were.
you should always have a quiet and solemn weekend. It's always nice
Oh,
when
okay.
when you have a quiet and solemn weekend to think about things that are important.
Should I remind you of something?
What is amusing you this morning?
Yeah.
I'm curious to know
Yesterday,
what is
yes.
amusing you
Why
this
I'm so
morning.
happy this morning is that yesterday at the Emirates, there was a 5-star performance at the Emirates yesterday. And I was wondering whether nothing happened at Old Trafford, so that's what I was asking you. Probably there was the
There
weekend
was a
fixtures
5-star performance
at the Emirates. Yeah.
So the Bible says that what shall it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul?
Lantern.
What shall it profit Arsenal
Yeah.
to score Manchester City 5 goals to 1 and still not win the Premier League?
Oh. So the last time when
That
we
is
were
the
here,
question
the
to
last
you.
time when we were here, we heard the story of Manchester United going to the Etihad to go and beat Manchester City 2-1, and the whole world was in. I mean, you yourself, you sat here, you even lifted the trophy that GHOne brought to you. That's the trophy that you lifting for
No,
the
I
season.
said I'm giving the trophy
And
to
after
you.
the afterthought, you sat
You
here
said
after
that I told you
receiving,
that I'm giving the
celebrating. No,
trophy
the
to you.
videos are there for people to
Oh,
see.
we
right?
can go back to
You
it.
picked it, you
I
received
said I'm
it.
giving the trophy
No,
to
you
you
received it.
because
you
that is the
paraded
only
it. You
trophy
held
that
it
you are
high.
going to win.
You held it high. After celebrating, then it dawned on you that no, you have to go to Aston. That was when we are not interested in Manchester United. But even yesterday, I was having a conversation with a United fan, and he told me that look, Manchester United, they decide when to win the league. And I said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So ever since 2013, when Ferguson won the last of United EPL, United have never decided to win the league. So maybe next season you decide to win it. Or probably they have not been league matches.
When was the last time you won a league?
No, I'm asking. There hasn't been any league matches
asking you a
between
question.
2013 and now.
You see, I don't understand you Arsenal
I
fans.
ask you a simple question. You're not responding.
I don't
Simple
understand
question.
you Arsenal fans when you come and stand there and try to gloat and try to satisfy yourself and all of that. When was the last time you won a Premier League title?
That was in
You haven't.
20.
That was in when?
I was talking. You want to
So that was in when?
It's about 20 years now.
About 20 years now.
Yes.
So
And
for
I admit
20
that-
years.
So I'm making the effort.
for
I'm making
20
the
years,
effort.
hold on.
I'm making the effort to
Hold
win
on.
the league.
For 20 years, you've not won
I've not won
a
the
league title.
Yes. I've
You've not
for
won
for
a Premier League title. You've been winning only
for 20 years.
You've been winning only Community Shield.
Even the community showed that you've been
Recently, you've had a resurgence in form.
resurgence.
You come close to winning the Premier League title. You start the season well. Everybody thinks that you are going to win the Premier League, and then
The question
you
is,
falter.
why
Hold
did
on,
you
let me
not
finish talking.
start well?
Let me finish talking.
United, why
Let
did you
me
not
finish
start
talking.
well?
Why are you trying to? You see, there's nothing that you can do to convince anybody out there that your team is anything to write home about. You come close to winning a Premier League, then you falter. Everybody's, oh, this year the Arsenal will do it, then you falter. Oh, this year Arsenal will do it, then you falter. That has been the theme of Arsenal for God knows how long up till now. So everybody knows.
The United
that Arsenal,
fans that are
everybody
talking
knows
like this,
that Arsenal will put up good performances. They will come close to winning the Premier League. At the end of the day, they will go home without any
why
silverware.
are United not putting up good
coach
performances
today.
to get closer? After Ferguson, how many coaches have you hired and fired? It's even more than ex-players, football
Whatever
players.
you say, it is not going to change the
Lantam,
fact that
Lantam.
you will not end the season with no
Unfortunately,
silverware. It will not change it.
It's not in your hands to decide.
Oh, please.
But Lantam, aside all this, something happening in our local league here, which is rather very unfortunate.
Yes, and I will
Very,
get into the
yeah,
details of
very,
that
very
because someone has
unfortunate.
died. But
Yes.
let's get into the issues
Absolutely.
that are coming up on court today, and then subsequently we can talk a little bit about what's been happening after Asante Kotoko and Swatreman clashed. I believe that GHOne will be in the studio for us to discuss all of those issues. But let's come to the courts and what you've got coming up for courts today.
Yeah, so let me take you to Friday. Let me take you back to Friday. Sam case that happened, or some of the cases that took place at the High Court. One, in relation to a contempt application that had been filed against the Deputy Inspector General of Police, IGP, Deputy Inspector General of Police, COP, Christian Tete GHOne. In fact, this has to do with the matter somewhere at East Legon. One Etieflos Tego says that the Deputy IGP and then one ASP Al-Hassan Malaika Jibril and Superintendent Bawa Al-Hassan organized, in fact, aided some alleged land guards to go there on his land. And this is a subject matter of a case that is before the court. For that matter, they thought that they are in contempt of court and they should be convicted to prison. So at the first time the case came up, the respondent, that is the Deputy IGP, and the two others were not in court. The court wondered why they were not in court, because if you look at the court's docket, it looks like they have been served through the police legal directorate. But if you look at how the rules of contempt operate, individuals who are held in contempt or are subject matter of contempt application ought to be served personally. Or documents, summons have to go to them personally. But this one went to. So the judge was ordered that they should make sure that on Friday they were present in court. If they were not present in court, the court is going to do what it will do. Thankfully, on Friday, COP Tete GHOne and the two others were present in court. And interestingly, their lawyers, led by Abu GHOne, who was holding brief for Titus Sorry, brought to the attention of the court that the application for contempt has not been served individually on these three or senior officers. However, they lent it on in the media. And that is not a way of, the court has not granted any leave for the application to be served through the media. And so they want to do the needful. They would respect the law. They printed copies from the media and then responded to it. And so as we speak, as of Friday when the senior officers were in court, they have not been served personally. So the court was wondering, how could that happen? The applicant made the point that they have been served and all of that, and the point is that they've been served through the police directorate, but the process is that serve them personally. The court said, this is a sensitive matter. This is not a case that you decide to file any case, go into the media, file it, and then you embarrass these senior officers. On that note, the applicant, through his lawyers, have to issue an apology to the COP, Tete GHOne, and the two officers, saying that make sure they are served personally. You don't decide that you don't have them served, then you go to the media and have this when they themselves have not been served. So that case has been adjourned to February. And the court also made a directive in saying that, look, for now, anytime that the case is coming up, until such time the court will need their presence, they can assign or send a junior officer to come and represent them until such time that the court need their presence in court. So on Friday, this case was adjourned because the applicant, the contemptors, quote unquote, were not served with the processes of application for contempt. And so the court has asked that they be served and the necessary things done. And on 24th of February, they'll be back in court for the court to give further directions in relation to that. So that's one of the things that took place on Friday.
All right. So let's move on to Dr. Opuni, who was acquitted and discharged because the state decided that they were no longer interested in prosecuting his case. Dr. Stephen Kwabena Opuni, Agri-Colt, and Seidu Agongo.
Absolutely.
The Attorney General says that, look, we are not interested in this case anymore, and so they've been acquitted and what, discharged?
Discharged. So many are wondering why acquittal and discharge in all of that. So you look at the section under which the AG went to court to withdraw the charges. Clearly informs the court that once prosecution has closed their case, they've called all their witnesses and informed the court that by way of our witnesses who came to court to testify, this is our case. And the accused persons are responding to that. Once you withdraw the case, then the court will have to acquit and discharge them. This is not nolle prosequa. Nolle prosequa, you enter nolle prosequa, and the accused person will be discharged. That's why you don't even need to even make references. They cannot be acquitted in nolle prosequa. Only acquitted.
But they can be discharged.
And nolle prosequa cannot, when you have to, you cannot, nolle prosequa cannot acquit you. it can only discharge you. So,
So
at any time,
they can reopen the
crime
case.
has
That
no
is
expiring date. At
okay.
any time, you could be arrested.
But with this particular one, it's different.
This is different.
This is an acquittal.
This is acquittal.
So you
and
can't try it again. Otherwise, it will be double jeopardy.
This case is gone,
It's dead.
forever. Dr. Opuni said Wagungu are done forever. And yesterday, being Sunday, Dr. Stephen Opuni and the family were in church to offer Thanksgiving service to God for how far the Lord has brought them. In fact, it's been a lot to stand trial for nearly 8 years and or more. It's not joke. And I always say, if you happen to familiarize yourself with things that happen around the corridors of the court, one thing that you will not wish for your enemy is for your enemy to have issues in court, criminal cases, because it has become an albatross on your neck. And in relation to that, it will appearing in court on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, assuming you are working for somebody. Can you imagine? If you don't have, can you imagine what will happen to you? It means that, Charlie. So that is one of the things that happened in relation to the Dr. Stephen Open. After the acquittal and discharge, he and the family stormed the church to offer thanks and praise to God Almighty for how far. In fact, Justice Abuaji Tando also thanked God for how far the court God has brought everybody. And Dr. Opuni, for the first time, I saw him in an outfit which is very unusual to me. I've never seen him in anything different apart from suit, as you can see on your screen, all white outfit. And yes. Yeah. So any time that he appeared in court, is in suit and all of that. So that is the Thanksgiving service that was held in honor of Dr. Stephen Opuni and the family there on your screen. So he's being prayed for and the family. So it's a great relief for the family, a great relief for them. Definitely justice has now been served on them and all of that.
Acquittal and discharge.
Yeah, acquittal and discharge.
Okay.
When you receive acquittal and discharge, it means that you are free forever. Those charges could not or cannot be brought back against you anymore. So
what about Saglemi?
Yeah, Saglemi. Saglemi will come on tomorrow. Tomorrow is 4th of February. Saglemi at Ford Highway House in case will come on. But the interesting one thing about the Saglemi case is that it is difficult for Saglemi case to be acquitted and discharged because prosecution is still calling it witnesses. And the third witness is in the witness box. The last time something happened, the court is asking that prosecution put their house in order. So tomorrow, and I remember the last time when the Justice, your friend Justice N.S. Usudapa was adjourning the case. The prosecution, we are coming back on the form. Let us understand whether prosecution want to continue with this case or not. As for the court, is there. You decide to bring your case, whatever you decide to do with it at some point in time, the court will have to listen to you. And per the law, it is clear. The Attorney General decides to initiate criminal proceedings against you, and the Attorney General that comes to court and say that it is okay, give it to me back, I'm going, I will not come back again. The court will not have any other issues with you. The court will give you your case, gladly give you your case, and then you go. So Saglemi tomorrow will know more about what will be the direction of the court and what the prosecution, in fact, will be informing the court about that. So that's one of the things that we should keep an eye on.
Tomorrow,
yeah,
right?
So that was what's for tomorrow.
What about today?
So today we are having the case of the
Beige Bank.
And Beige Bank, I told you the last date, we were expecting the 29th witness to testify, 29 out of 41 to testify. And then when we went to court, prosecution gladly came to court and informed the court that they want an adjournment. And then on top of that, in fact, they approached the bench, got closer to the judge and have a discussion. So the only thing that those of us in court heard from the judge was that the case is adjourned to the 3rd of February for continuation. And the fact that the court is saying that the clerks of the court should make sure that they make available all the proceedings from day one to the last day to all the parties. And the understanding is that it is one of the cases that the Attorney General is reviewing, the banking, the cleanup exercise in the banking sector. So the Beige Bank case today will be in court before Justice Efia Sewa Saribotri, a justice of the Court of Appeal, presiding over this case as a High Court judge. And then we'll know more whether the case should continue. And this case too, Mr. Nyineku is calling witnesses. The state has closed its case and is parading witnesses. And 29 was expected the last time before the adjournment to today. So today when we go to court, we'll know what the direction of the prosecution will be and what the court will be informed and what direction Justice Efia Sewa Saribotri will be giving in relation to that. So, but this is one of the cases that the new Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Ayine, is considering or is reviewing the docket in relation to all of that. So today, we'll have more details on this particular case.
All right. So finally, Member of Parliament for the Asin North constituency, James Gyakye.
James Gyakye, Honorable James Gyakye will be in court today. And at the last court sitting, this is what happened. Prosecution's last witness, in fact, I don't want to say last witness, but the investigator in the matter was subjected to cross-examination. And lawyer Chachichi Keta ended his cross-examination of the witness. And in more of these cases, once the investigator comes to court and testify, it is 99.9% sure that prosecution is closing their case. But on that day, they didn't inform the court that they are closing their case or not. The case was adjourned today for prosecution to now apprise the court, to now give the court much more direction. So today, it is possible that we'll go to court and the prosecution will say that the case of James Gyakye in prosecution, after calling for witnesses, we decided that we are closing our case. Then the court will have to make a determination of whether a prima facie evidence has been made for James Gyakye to open his defense or not. Or today, prosecution will be in court. Remember, it is one of the cases that the Attorney General mentioned that, look, a case like James Gyakye clearly should not even be in court. And he's facing 5 counts, including perjury and forgery of official document and all of that. So, in the scheme of things, it is one of the cases that straight away the NDC's administration, Dr. Dominic Ayine has indicated that it will be truncated and it will be discontinued. But we'll know more before Justice Mary Mamiku Yenzo today when the matter comes up this morning. So that's one of the things that we should expect in court and all of that. But what is clear is that earlier so far, the case involving the Cocoa Board, Dr. Semikobno Puni Seidu Agongo has been withdrawn. Charges against Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo and Anthony Kweku Buayin has been withdrawn. Charges against, in fact, the appeal at the Supreme Court involving Dr. Kasila Tuforsin and combatant Richard Jakpa have been withdrawn. And of course, the former deputy governor of Ghana, Bank of Ghana, Johnson Pandit Esiam. I remember moments after the withdrawal, it's up there, the new Bank of Ghana governor, right? So in the coming days,
the world is interesting.
In the coming days, you see more of this. So
we'll
be giving you an update
place
on all of these cases and some more that will be coming up in court today.
All right. Thank you very much, Murtala Inusah.
Thank you, Lantam.
As always,
and I wish you
all
the best.
The Arsenal fan.
Better luck to you. I'm sure that when you get the performance of my Arsenal, you'll be so happy sitting at home for a club like.
You know that in terms of pedigree, Arsenal cannot compare themselves to Manchester United.
The problem I have is that
and you hold on. Why is it that when I'm talking you don't want me to talk?
No.
Why is that when I'm talking you don't want me to talk? That's it for course today.